Oh, we're not live. Now you can say that I'm smart.
5, 4.
Wait, an error.
Tres.
Hold on, something happened.
What?
Yeah, something's going on with Facebook lately.
There it goes. It's green now. We got the green.
Did I remember to pay the bill?
Let me 5, 4.
I wonder if that's what it is.
2,
No joke.
1.
Sometimes it happens.
And we're
Sometimes you
live
forget.
again.
Hey everyone.
Well, on Facebook we're not.
Yeah, we are.
Oh.
No, we are.
We
That's what I'm
just
saying.
went live.
As of 29 seconds ago.
Let's see.
Mine is still showing not live.
The last.
We even already got a viewer, 2 viewers.
Look at that. I know it's you and
No, that's me.
Oh, never mind.
We got some early birds, just us.
yeah. We're not that popular yet.
We're not
Although
that
we have
popular.
623 followers, we broke the 500 barrier some time ago.
That's awesome.
That counts for something,
Nice.
right?
We did.
That totally counts for something. Absolutely.
Yeah, it counts for 623. What did you say?
Yay, guys.
Oh my goodness.
Too early, Jamie. Too early.
That's a helium one.
Yeah.
Trey Friday.
Jamie.
What?
Hello, everybody.
Special guest.
Your show pleases me.
That's an exorcism right there.
That should be Sandy's.
Yeah.
For her.
Thank you.
Whoa, did she just say that to you?
She
Because
sure
I
did.
need exercise.
She said that to you.
So you may notice that we have a new host, a
What?
returning host.
What?
Yes.
Double what?
Right there.
Inception
Right
what?
there. Did I get it right? Right there.
Jeez. Up
Yes, I did.
there.
Right here.
Oh, wait.
Jeez.
You got it, Sandy. You got it.
And today is her last day in Texas before she heads back to Miami.
Dang it, B.
Miami.
To what?
I know.
Hold on,
Miami.
hold on.
Miami.
Miami.
I
Miami.
understand. His what do you call them? What are those things you do?
My
whenever you-
exits are very good. I don't know what you're talking about. She's going back to Miami.
What would
Oh.
that be? That
Did
sounds
you guys-
like an angry pirate with an accent.
Doesn't
Not
matter.
sure.
Doesn't matter. It's still an accent.
Does anyone have a business of the day to share? Okay, well then while we do that, I will just talk a little bit to give my co-host some time, and me and B will help until one of them
Joe,
says, "Check this out,
Go
guys."
for it. I'll
And
touch
then,
with the other co-host. Joe.
All right, sounds good. So then
Um,
Sandy,
His
B
name
and
for the day was
You know
Boogie
what?
Nights. Did you see that?
I saw it. Here you go, dude. Here.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh,
sorry.
there's a toilet paper. What happened to your roll? Like you're just.
Slow your roll down. Slow your roll down.
Oh,
I got it right here.
oh,
Don't
okay.
worry.
okay.
My
Hand it
pen's
to me,
here
Jamie.
be ready.
Hand it to me, Jamie. Yeah, it's right there. See, I get it just like that.
Toilet. That's a
It's
secret toilet.
longer.
You try.
It teleports.
Somehow it came over here.
So,
I have teleportation powers now.
yeah, exactly.
Oh, you know what was cool about that? I shared that. I went back to one of the UFO Facebook groups and was all like, they were all talking about anyone who has pictures of aliens. I don't know, it's some weird thing. And I was like, guys, y'all are gonna. I've got a story for you. I was like, I have been in a glitch in the Matrix and a teleportation. And I said, go. They were like, tell us the stories. Everyone started saying, give us the details. What do you mean? And I was like, you know what? I got a show about it. Why don't you go watch it here at the Social and Distancing Show? Booyah!
Nice. Was
And
that
did they review? Did you ask for reviews?
was that the good story?
Yeah.
That was the good story.
That was the good one.
Nice.
It was really good.
Yeah, totally good.
It
It's
was
the
fabulous.
goodest good video ever.
It was
You all
good.
are gonna love it. There's no other good video out there besides this one.
Besides this one.
Yes.
What?
So how about that BOD?
Hey, Joe.
So I'm going to recommend the business that I just went to go pick up food from, and that would be Chewy's Mexican restaurant. I actually had, so they're not currently serving their entire menu, which is kind of bad, but have their enchiladas with their green hatch chili sauce, super spicy, made my nose run, and
We
and
can
then
tell.
after the show, I will be partaking. What are you talking about?
Oh no, the boogies! Here come the boogies!
Yeah. And after the
Here
show, I'll
come
be
the
partaking
boogies. Here come
of the
boogies.
tres leches cake. So
Wait, what? Excuse me.
They have great tres leches cake. Chewy's
He
does,
said
so.
better than J Pineapple's tres
Hush
leches.
your mouth, Sandy. You better watch that blasphemy. You
You
better
just didn't
watch
catch
it,
that part, Jamie.
Joe. You better not say that.
I did not say that
Yet. He's waiting till he eats it to say
Well, I'm still waiting for.
You're absolutely killing me.
I'm still waiting for desserts to be shipped up here, but that hasn't happened, so I can't make any comparisons. So I'm
it.
just
So
saying.
it will remain the best.
I'm
of the
just saying.
If I had a violin, I'd be playing it right now.
What's that mean?
A violin. A
the
violin.
world's tiniest.
What's that
violin.
mean? What's that mean?
Yes. To go with your wine.
I don't get it. So, how was y'all's day? Who wants to go first on describing
That
their
was really
day?
the plug.
Yeah, that's really the plug. I'm
That
done.
is some minimum plugging.
I'm telling you, let me show you C- work, and I did it. So,
Jamie, you
passed.
can't say too much because you and I were not prepared, Jamie.
exactly. What did y'all do? Go ahead, say it again. That's right. C-.
I could have totally just thrown
C-
up.
is better than fail. Just want to let you know. Just let you know.
Oh
A,
my-
B,
is
C,
that-
D,
Is
fail.
that Alex?
Hi, Rain. Welcome to the craziness
Rain.
today.
Rain?
What
And
up?
Brenda, I'm glad
What
you
up,
got to come
Brenda?
and
Hi,
see this
Brenda.
circus of a show.
This.
Shout
Just-
out Anita
Hi,
Varela.
Anita.
Hi.
Hola, Anita. Thank you for showing up.
Weird. It looked like a toilet paper roll Jaime had, and Joe's looked like a paper towel roll. Maybe just
Hi,
not.
Joy.
There's a reason for that. It's called time dilation. When you do stuff like that involves teleportation, it stretches out.
Sure does.
And
Show-
then when it
Make
comes
that up.
it just
It
no.
does.
Watch, go look it up. Hashtag time dilation.
Yeah.
Time dilation.
Hashtag cotton theorem.
Hola,
Cotton-
Esperanza.
How to bring that one up?
That's right. Thank you, Joe.
We're never going to forget Cotton Theorem.
Cotton theorem.
Well, we
That was
probably will, but we'll bring it
Monday's,
back up.
one of the best comments of the week.
Right.
B. So
Exactly.
I'm
Exactly.
glad. I'm glad I can be part of the history.
what was that cotton theorem you're talking about?
Giving out the C's, man. Giving out
Yeah.
the C's. That's what I do.
Oh,
That's what
so I think you said, Joe, how was our day?
Mm-hmm.
So my day was good, and we went bike riding. And
On a
let me tell you
Friday.
something. Let me tell you something. Whoever designed the bike seat needs
Oh, yeah.
to go to HELL.
Show 'em how.
Oh, my goodness!
They wanted to get up there, huh?
That is the most painful thing ever.
For
We got
real,
mountain
though.
bikes, so we had cruisers, and the cruiser seat was cushiony.
Oh, hi, Shy and Holly.
The cruiser seat. Okay, so now I need like a purple seat for my bike. Jamie, can you Google that?
Oh my gosh. You keep talking. I'm going to look for a purple seat for your bike. Let's see.
So we only did 5 miles because that was painful.
That's good though. That's so
Yeah,
smart.
it was good. And then like the bumps, we had to like stand up and pedal through. Oh, that was not good. But anyway, that's all we did. That was all of our excitement. Oh, we attempted a Brahms run, but we're gonna wait because the parking
It's still
lots
crazy, isn't it?
are crazy.
When did that open?
Sunday.
opened-
For real, though.
No,
Didn't
and
even
they're
think
out
of
of stock.
Well, this is the Walmart at my place. I don't know if, it's different there
No,
or
they'll
Amazon.
be out of stock too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Where's,
but-
where's my assistant?
But they have it, so
Oh,
wow.
man, I spoke it into reality.
Yeah, you did. Girl, you got the power. You got the power.
Oh my gosh. Yes, I need that purple thing in a way bad way.
It's great, Sandy. Like, I brought mine from work, and I'm sitting on it right now. I'm like, ah.
That's what I was going to ask you. So, how was your review for the week? You definitely think.
So I had it for the week, yes, and I'm glad I made the investment. To be honest with you, like, there's still times where my bottom doesn't hurt, but like my legs, and I think it has to do with the chair. So what is going on?
He's
So
telling
anyway.
you to flip it.
I guess so, but
You need to clean you look out of focus for some reason, so I'm trying to clean your camera.
thank you. Is that better?
Yeah, no.
So anyway, it's a great seat. If you guys are wondering, I bought the purple cushion last week and have been using it now for a week and a day, and it's actually very comfy. It's nice. I wish I could have gotten it sooner, Sandy. I think that would have helped out. So if you guys are thinking about it, you've wondered if you have a job or something that where you're sitting down on copious amounts of time, get it.
Well, I'm gonna look for that purple bike thing. Yikes.
So that's good. So that's your product of the day. So that's good. So
I
I'll
came
let that.
through.
That's a C though, because
I don't know if that's a
it
C.
took you a second to.
I think
we
you
had
know
to-
what? I'm
we
gonna
had to,
share
like-
that with Sandy too.
We had to like pull it out of you, so
No,
therefore
I don't
it
think
was.
there's any we there because Sandy was the one who asked about it. So Sandy, thanks for the tee up, and you're getting some credit there. Okay,
Right?
You're
Yeah.
welcome.
Yeah.
you're what?
Right
Yeah,
way.
That was a little robotic. C for effort. Well, you see, you tried.
she said C for effort.
That's what hashtag cotton theorem does for you.
Yeah. Exactly.
You're welcome, guys. You're welcome.
Giving out the C's. Giving out the
But
C's.
they have bigger seats at Walmart. Ooh, Rain says they have bigger seats at Walmart, Sandy.
Well, we looked.
Not
and
at my
we haven't
Walmart. They
found
don't.
any.
They out.
Anita says Sandy might be for a tricycle.
Anita, let me borrow your tricycle.
Wait, y'all haven't seen that TikTok yet? She has this famous TikTok where she's riding a tricycle.
Oh, that's right, Anita. You haven't seen it.
How was the rest of your day, Sandy?
That was it. Yeah, it was good. Worked. That's
Nope.
about. Oh, and we watched Superman 2.
Oh, so you got to finish Superman last night?
Yes,
Or
we
today.
finished that one. Well, I finished it earlier, and then I was like, oh, let's go ahead and watch Superman 2. Did you know the guy that does, what is his name? The guy from Cheers, Cliff
Mm-hmm.
Clavin, is in Superman.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
He's just
Oh,
kind of,
he's the guy in the background.
yeah, he's
Yeah.
like, has like a minimal part, but I'm just like,
Yes.
why am I just
He's
now
wearing the brown coat and the brown pants.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember that now. I forgot
It's
about
so
that.
random, huh?
Okay, Sandy, before you continue on to part 3, if that's in your plan to do,
It is.
hold that for now. Go back and look for Superman, the Richard Donner cut. Watch that for next.
Okay. The Richard Donner
The
cut.
Richard Donner cut. So Richard Donner is the guy who directed part 1. When he
Uh-huh.
originally was going to do this, he started filming Superman 1, and against Warner Brothers, whatever that is, a permission, he started filming part 2 also while filming part 1. And he was going to have this grand opus of a movie, and he was like, "We need more money." Anyway, there's a whole cool thing I'll talk to you later about. But
Okay.
watch Richard Donner the Richard Donner cut. It's like watching a completely different movie.
Okay. Gotcha.
Okay.
Joe, how
So-
was your day?
It was awesome. So I woke up. I actually did some more work at work. They were sending me emails, all this stuff, and
Hi, Sean.
replying back. So I came home and I wrecked my drone the first time. I wrecked. So I've been
Okay, aren't they? You didn't hurt those people too bad, did you?
no. So
Okay.
I was like, I'm like racing up and down my alley, like really low, and then so I would race down my alley, and then it comes at me, and then I just shoot it high. Well, I shot it high, and my neighbor has a tree across the street, and
They couldn't clear it.
I got turned around, and so my drone is not a fancy drone. It doesn't have like avoidance, object avoidance. So I hit it, it goes, and then. So once it hits a certain angle, it'll shut off. So it keeps it. So the propellers don't keep spinning and braking and stuff like that. So it fell probably a good 15 foot, and the battery shot out of it, and I was like, no, I just got this.
The battery was like, "I'm out of here, bud.
No,
I'm
but
out of here."
everything
YouTuber."
was fine. Everything was fine. I put it back together. Everything's good to go. So
As
So
long
it
as
has
no one was
object
hurt.
attraction, but not object avoidance.
it does, right? Yeah, exactly. So.
You need a different model.
Right, yeah.
That's
So
pretty
I've
funny.
been working. I'm like working on my driving and trying to make sure that I can get good shots. So it's weird because it's not like a video game controls of a
Video
flying
game?
object. Yeah, so it's a little bit different. So
It
And
was
then I
still kind
came-
of fun though, in a way, wasn't it?
Oh,
It
yeah.
sucked, but it was still kind of like, oh,
I was like, oh,
Cool.
I hit the tree. I nailed it. Yes.
What I was going
Poor.
for.
Right, exactly.
exactly what I was planning.
Exactly. How was your day, B?
My day was okay. Just a lot of phone conferences today, or Zoom conferences is the new way these days. But yeah, that's about it. We start going back into the office next week. So starting Tuesday, I'll be doing summer camps facilitating. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah,
Sounds
this was a long
super
day.
exciting. Super
So
exciting.
exciting.
You can't contain the excitement, B. Please tone it down.
Whoa, calm yourself
I
there.
know.
Slow it
But-
down.
But I took a nap today, so that's
Yes!
good.
Hashtag nap together, 6 foot apart.
Joe's
Y'all are
influence
so
is
lucky.
growing.
Man, you see, I'm starting trends. I'm making things happen. Y'all need to watch out.
Naps
Watch
are
out
good
now.
trends, though. I'm sorry to my mom that I didn't nap as a child. Those are my regrets in life.
Mr. Pena, do you want to tell us about your day, or do you want to go
Yeah.
into
Tell
the...
us a good story, Mr. Pena.
Thank you, Sandy. I'm glad you mentioned that. So last night we had a great guest on, and it was just really encouraging. Robert Spencer. If you guys hadn't gone back to watch last night's episode, please go back to watch it. It was super encouraging. He had amazing energy. This man is on fire. He's an actor, and he's got some great roles coming up. He's going to be anyway. Go back and watch the show and just see it. But anyway, I was telling people about him today at my job. And I told this one guy, we were chatting about, I told him the story where he was talking about to my girls, where he sent them that message. And if you guys watch it, I got a little choked up after he shared his story because it was really
Just a little.
impacting. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
A little choked up.
yeah. So then my coworker shared this story with me about how he saw something on the front page of Reddit. And it was this person who called into the bookstore. They were really down, and I think they were like, I'm going to end my life. And the guy who worked for the store spent 20 minutes talking to him. Was like, look, you'll be okay. You got to just hang in there and stuff. And then after a while, that man got tapped. And one of the people in the store said, all right, you've done your job. It's time to tap out. And then the store patron or whatever took the phone from him and started talking to the person and encouraging them and consoling them. I think it had something to do with LGBTQ, and the
Right.
person who called was really challenged with stuff. And then the next person tapped that person out and got on the phone and was encouraging them and being loving and just showering. And so it turned out for like 20 employees or 20 people in the shop kept getting on the phone with the person and just encouraging them. He told me this
wow.
story, and I was like, man, I was like, that's powerful. I was like, that reminds me of, because we were talking about people who are like, I'm not crying, you're crying. That was in the comments.
Right.
And so then I said, yeah, I saw a Reddit like that the other day too that had those same comments. And I was like, the guy who gave his son's heart to someone else because organ donations, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, the father, he's reading the note from the guy who received the heart. And he's like, I went for my year checkup and I'm doing great, healthy, strong. And thank you. Thank you to your son. And he gave him a bear. Then when he pushed it, it had the sound, his heartbeat now obviously with his son's heart in it.
Oh,
And then that
wow.
father just
Wow.
like lost it immediately. And then I'm losing it. And I told him that story. Guys, this guy is like this. He's a pretty tough guy, easygoing, but you know, he could be a little rough around the edges. Standing there, he just starts like, why can't people just be like that? Why can't they? And then he was like, I was like, are you okay? And he was like, yeah, I'm gonna go take a smoke break.
It's
And
a
I was
little
like,
dusty in here. There's a lot of sand going around. It's
And he doesn't
irritating my
even smoke,
eyes.
and he was gonna go take a smoke.
no, he does. He does. But I'm just telling you, it was just weird having this experience with this guy because it's not that he's insensitive or anything like that. It's just this was a side I've never seen from him in the 2+ years that I've been there. And it's not one I would have associated with him, but I was just like, holy crap, I really don't know you at all. And that's okay. But I was just like, wow. So
That's-
I was just floored. I was just
I mean,
floored
that's
about
a
that.
powerful story. Are you?
Yes.
Was it the heart one?
It
Or
was
just
all of
the
them.
whole the
It
whole
was,
thing.
yeah, because we were interacting this. And so the whole story that started off from Robert to these Reddit posts, he was just emotional. And his range of emotions that I've seen are more on the frustration, anger side of things, and he knows that, and he's working on it, but it's still on that side of the spectrum. So to see this side of him, I have been moved by it because I was just like, wow,
That's
that was
awesome.
amazing.
Nice.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, that happened today, and that was pretty moving. Had some barbecue too for lunch or dinner tonight. That was nice.
Wait, I thought you had Popeye's chicken sandwich.
That was lunch.
Oh, that was lunch.
Get it right. Get it right.
Sandy B, have y'all had Popeye's chicken sandwich?
No, never.
Any
I don't
you
think
guys
I've
out
ever
there?
had Popeye.
I can't say that it's not good or not bad, but this chicken sandwich is out of this world to me. And I can see now after tasting it why it was such a big deal. You guys need to try it. If any of our viewers have tried it, just comment how good or not good you thought it was.
Well, I can tell you that my daughter, who works at Chick-fil-A, said it was. I don't know how much bias there was, but she was like, meh.
I love
Well, if
Chick-fil-A
I
too, though.
ever leave the GFSFDF,
Oh my gosh.
Well,
if
you
I
gotta throw
ever leave
in
that
the
life,
comments,
I'll let
Sandy.
you
You
know.
gotta throw that in the comments so people know what you're talking about.
Right, exactly.
Plus, I can see it.
Chick-fil-A, all right?
yeah,
What?
but that the grilled.
The
no.
grilled. Oh, the
I
grilled.
can have the
Okay.
grilled and the gluten, but what a waste. If I can't have the number one, I can't have Chick-fil-A.
Right.
Gotcha.
So who wants to go first? Who wants to go first?
I think you.
Let's go.
I don't mind going.
I can
Sandy?
go.
Okay.
I can go first.
Real quick, Sandy, you sent me some photos. Was that something you want me to share tonight too at some point?
I didn't know if you guys were going to share that, so I just sent you that. We don't
Okay.
have to share that. That's just if you wanted to, if we were going to do that.
Okay. Let's go with what the plan is normally, and then if we have time towards the end, I think let's throw it up there. Okay.
Okay, sounds good.
All right.
So, my Freaky Friday piece is definitely freaky. This came from a podcast that Jamie and the producer mentioned last week. This is the Ashley Flowers podcast. And Jamie had mentioned something about a story of an exorcism. And like, I used to be all about that life, and now I'm like, that stuff freaks me out. Like, I don't mess with any of that. That's just way too much for me.
Preach it, Sandy.
But this intrigued me. And so I thought, I'm going to watch it. I'm going to listen to it during the day when the lights are on. The birds are chirping. I've got people surrounding me.
Yes.
So that's the only.
So they can block out the evil spirits.
Yes.
Throw them in front of them.
And you might have heard about this, but this this is one of the most famous cases of demonic possession. So there was a book published about it in 1936, and the name is the name of the book is The Exorcism of Anna Eklund, but that's not her real name. Her real name's Emma Schmidt, and she was born in Switzerland, and they moved to Wisconsin. So the crazy thing about this is that Anna was a devout Catholic, and her family was not religious at all. Okay. Sometimes she went to mass twice a day. And then sometime in her teens, she began to hear voices, and suddenly she couldn't go to church. And she had all these things like she wanted to kill the priest, and all these voices were telling her to do all these bad things, like things that she'd never even thought of before. So her parents took her to doctors, psychologists, took her everywhere to try to see what it was that these voices were. And so nobody could help her. So then they take her to Father Theo, and he's got a longer name, but we'll just go with Father Theo for now.
Okay.
And he is the local exorcist, and he actually knew Anna because she used to go to his church. So he had to determine if she was really possessed. And so they do several different tests. And kind of like when you were talking about that Stargate, I would have done one test and be like, oh, she's possessed.
Yes.
They do 3 different things. So anyway, the first one is I guess, to see if they have unusual strength. They have fluency in a language that they've never studied, and knowledge of hidden things. And so those three are huge determining factors. And so he starts interviewing her, and during he asks her about her life and things that she likes. And then he asks her to pray with him. And he begins to bless her, and she starts foaming at the mouth.
Oh,
And
gosh.
and even though he's praying in Latin and she's never studied it, she's angry. And then he shifts to a non-religious prayer, and then she calms down. And so anyway, it starts to show itself, and she screams in multiple voices, but her lips never move. So there's all these noises coming out from her. And anyway, she's throwing up things that she's never eaten before. And they say that she was real tiny. Anyway, so then the voices still like don't want to reveal themselves. You know, that's one of the things that like it's really hard to coax them out, because once they reveal themselves, then they start like they're getting weaker, like they're fixing to be exercised out of her. Anyway, so what? And I don't want to. I'm not going to tell you all of it, but maybe I am. Who cares?
I don't. But you're already freaking me out enough.
So
Don't
one
leave
of
us
the
hanging,
things,
Sandy.
huh?
Don't leave us hanging. Tell us the whole
Well,
thing.
so one of the things that really stuck out for me is, of course, so and I can never pronounce. This is like Satan's number 2 man, and I can never pronounce his name. Anyway,
Beelzebub.
the Lord of the Flies.
Beelzebub.
Yes, that one. And I maybe I just don't even want to say it too. It's awful. Anyway, so she is so he's talking to him, and then all of a sudden, like this really deep voice comes out, and it's so scary that the nuns that are in there trying to help exorcise, they leave. And guess who it turns out to be? Judas, the one that betrayed Jesus. He was in her. He possessed her. There was like 5 spirits in there, and Judas was one of them. And then another one comes out, and it's her dad. Her dad
Right.
is a demon.
wow.
And then her aunt, who was a witch, is also
She's a bruja.
yes. And so they said, and they didn't prove it, but they said that she was a witch. And so this is probably why she was possessed too. And then because the aunt had killed kids. So anyway, they were trying to figure out because it come to find out that her dad had cursed her, which is why she was possessed. And so they finally get him to say why it was that he cursed her, and it's because he attempted to rape her. So, and she
Fought him
didn't
off.
let him do it, and so that's why he cursed her, and that's why she ended up becoming possessed. So anyway, this thing lasted, y'all. This exorcism lasted for 21 days. It was the longest one ever to be recorded. And Father Theo actually sees the devil in the room. And so anyway, so there's the church teachings are talking about like there's like the messing with the occult and stuff, like crystals, tarot cards, and
Sage.
Ouija boards.
huh?
Sage.
Ouija boards.
Yeah. Ouija boards. I mean, and there's another one too. Oh, mediums, like messing with all of that. That's like an opening for cursing and possessing. That's why I was like, ain't messing with any of that stuff. So anyway, guys, this is you have to listen to it. It's like a 30-minute listen. Listen to it during the day, right when you wake up, when the birds are chirping.
The memory fades as the day goes on.
Fades as the day goes on, and oh my gosh, seriously. So anyway, they did say that in recent years, possessions have been increasing. Church attendance has dropped. The rise in the occult. But anyway, so and this part right here was trippy too. She died in 1964, and they buried her next to her father.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. But anyway, after her possession, she continued to be a devout Catholic, and she even spoke to Jesus and Mary and some of the saints. But anyway, it's worth a listen. I mean, take it
What's the name of the podcast? So people
is The Exorcism of Anna Eklund, and it's with Ashley Flowers.
Okay, and you can find that on Spotify or
Spotify, and I had it on Apple. But yeah, she was on Spotify. Mm-hmm.
Well, I have 12 hours to drive tomorrow, so.
Oh, girl, listen to it.
Oh. Yeah.
Not at night.
Maybe not at night.
it's whatever. It's whatever.
Well, remember that one time we were driving and we saw that white shadow on the highway?
Yes, we did not know what that was.
Are you serious? Where was this at? When was this at?
We were coming in from Florida. Yes, we were driving home, and I think we were in Louisiana, right?
Louisiana? It was somewhere in the south.
Yeah, we were somewhere. We don't remember where. It was at night.
All south.
It was
Florida to Texas is all south.
It was south there.
You're killing me, Smalls.
I want to say it was Louisiana, but I'm not 100%.
Ya saw La Llorona? Is that what you're trying to say?
Hush your mouth.
It could have been. Llorona.
Was it near a body of water?
Well, there's a lot of swamps in Louisiana.
It was La Llorona.
That's what it was. That's what it was. Who's next?
That kind of just freaks me out. I told Anita because she was like, "Please hurry up and give the short version." And I'm like, my stomach is like, "Oh my gosh, it's so crazy to listen to this."
And I did, and I left out so many things so y'all could watch it. I mean, listen to it.
Yeah, she condensed a 30-minute podcast down to 5 minutes. That's pretty good.
Girl, I'm going to get a 30-minute podcast and do it into like an hour and 30 minutes.
Yeah, Jamie goes the opposite way.
I don't know how I do it.
He stretches it out because truly. I don't know. It really is.
That's good storytelling. If you keep me engaged, but if my eyes start to glaze over and I start saying that's crazy,
wake up! All right, B, you want to go next?
Sure.
Okay, she's our guest, so be our guest.
We should have gone first. Oh my gosh, I butted in front of our guest. How rude!
Oh no!
No, you didn't. That wasn't.
No,
rude.
it's fine. She's just not a guest. She's just.
She's just
B. She's just B. She's just the letter B.
The letter B.
You like this?
I do like that.
And one of our viewers, Miss Cheyenne, got this for me.
Oh,
Cheyenne, mine's an S.
We're still mine's a J or pineapple.
Yeah, you can send me a J as well. That'd be awesome.
You want a J too?
Gifts.
Mm-hmm.
Look, if you need a reference, there you go.
Screenshot it.
Put it right there. All right. So, Andrea, Joe, will you change the banner?
Sure.
Thank you. So, you can go, Andrea.
Hey. So I'm taking us back, guys. So I don't know if y'all know, but I'm a 90s baby, so that makes me a Generation Y, right? Generation Y. And so I'm going to take us back to the gadgets that I grew up with.
We had lots of gadgets.
I did. One of those were the Tamagotchis.
Yes.
We used to take those to school, and we would eventually they banned them from school, but we would always be playing instead of paying attention. But yes, that was one of my favorites.
Ruined it for everybody.
Yeah, and then people said their Tamagotchis would die. Is that right? Is that the one where I remember?
You had to feed your Tamagotchi. If you didn't feed it, it would die.
Feed it, walk it.
And you could play with friends.
Clean its poop.
You could transfer. Yes, you had to clean the poop.
Yeah, did it throw poop at the screen sometimes too? If you that is
really?
Yeah, I remember that.
That was like Tamagotchi Part 2. I didn't.
I remember working at Joe when you met the producer, and we were working together over at Kifik. They were giving away Tamagotchis as one of the kids' toys.
Really?
Yeah. Ask the producer if she remembers that.
She probably does.
What is Kifik?
Huh?
What is
Kifik?
Did she just say what's Kifik?
Do you don't know what Kifik is?
Generation Y? I forget. Generation Y. Okay.
That's okay. It's all right.
For the year Joe graduated high school.
I doubt that, sweetheart.
I don't know what you're talking about.
He's been around for a while.
Joe graduated high school.
Let's not talk about that, there, B. Okay. Kentucky Fried Chicken. That's what KIFIC stands for. You are killing me, Smalls. Killing me.
Couldn't just type that for me?
You just say KFC.
It's KIFIC.
Here we go.
They don't sponsor us, so we can't use their names.
Anyway, so another toy was the Game Boy. I remember Henry and my brother, we would always play with that. And we still actually I have one of the game things that you put in the Game Boy. I don't have the actual Game Boy.
You mean a cartridge?
A cartridge. That's what it's called. The thing is called a cartridge.
Yeah, the technical name the thingy. That's good. I like that.
Thingamabob. What was one?
No, chingamadera. That's what my dear old grandma, what she would call it. Anything that was electronic. El chingamadera, bring it to me.
Yeah. And it's so funny because it was a green screen and grayscale. That was what's funny about it. It's
Man,
green
but
and
playing on
grayscale.
that was so fun.
And Cade has one of these because he's vintage like that.
I never
did
had
you?
one. I never had one.
I'm sorry, Joe.
I was poor.
Moving
And
on.
the Beanie Babies.
Yeah.
And I gave Cade mine because I know he has a collection for those. But I used to collect those growing up.
Cade has a collection of Beanie Babies?
Cade is a vintage kid. Everything that B's showing, I don't even know where he is. He should be watching this.
I thought you were going to say everything that B's showing is actually his right now.
Right.
I just went into Cade's closet.
Yeah, you could have.
He keeps them all nice like that.
Well, let's not get crazy.
Yeah, this was something that KIFIC used to give out, and people would go nuts over this bee. Like, people would be calling us all the time.
Find
and
out.
they'd be like, yeah, which
one do you have this
Yes.
time?
No, you're right, because my former person that's really close to me, she used to be one of those persons and would call and make sure they had the toy before we would go.
Wait, say that again?
Yeah,
Camille?
with you, Joe.
Oh, okay. I was like,
Remember Camille?
Yeah,
She had a
yes.
collection. She had over 100 Beanie Babies, and she was a teacher, so she would give them out to her students. But for like KFC and stuff, like when they would give out, and McDonald's used to give the little ones out.
Mhm.
She would call ahead and see which ones they had available before we would go over. Time out.
I'm still hung up on my former person that was with me.
So I used to work for her, or she was like my close friend, and she was like a guardian. I don't know how to explain my relationship with
second
her.
mom.
My second mom. And she had a big collection for these.
Can someone put that in the hashtag on the side? Because I just want to make sure I pick that out for Monday's comments of the week. My person that was with me previously.
We can talk about that in the
That'll
after
be
show.
in the
Good one.
after
Okay. Sorry. Good call, Joe. Good call. All right.
The hit clips. Mine still works. I was going to bring it and play it for y'all.
Oh,
But yes, these used to be popular back in the day. So before iPods and MP3 players, this was a little thing. We have to go and buy each little clip. And they were like about $10. And you would have like 20 seconds of the song.
that's
20 seconds.
right.
I don't remember.
Man, they
that
used to
at
make
all.
some money.
Right?
And guys, that still works. I still have it. It still plays "Hit Me, Baby, One More Time," Britney Spears. Not an appropriate song,
couldn't hear
but
What does it say?
"Hit Me, Baby, One More Time."
Okay, just checking.
Nice.
And
Oh man.
I know a lot of kids don't know what this is because when I had the kids over, they didn't know what a CD player was, or the next one, a cassette player.
Surely my kid knew. Surely.
That doesn't look like a cassette player.
Okay, my bad.
You want me to go back?
No, you're good. This was actually fashion. Remember these, Sandy, back
I
in the
do.
day? So they were small and they stretched out, and they were so popular. But now they're kind of ugly.
Yeah.
don't remember that at all.
I can't believe we wore that.
Kinda.
Y'all wore that?
We did. They were
Did
really.
you wear those
popular.
under the overalls, Sandy? Is
I
that what
swear
it
I
was?
probably still have some in my closet. Oh no, wait, I cleaned that out.
What were they called?
that's right.
They were just like stretchy shirts or something like that?
They were really itchy, but everybody would wear them, and they came in all different colors, different patterns. But that was the fashion back in the
That
day.
one looks familiar, the one in the back.
That one might be one of yours, Sandy. That
I
you
was about to say the same thing. I was like, that's probably yours,
Oh
Sandy.
my goodness.
I think it might have been.
There's a cassette.
Okay.
Yeah. So when the kids were in my dad's old 95 pickup, my dad still had a cassette tape, and they were like, "What is this thing?" And Cade was the only one who knew what it was.
I was like, surely I expose him to stuff like that. Like, I don't want him to be shocked.
Okay.
Kids calling kids.
Those
yes.
are cool.
And this folder is 20 years old, guys. But my sister bought, back in the day, used to be a thing to have like the coolest folders in school. And NSYNC and Britney Spears were my favorite ones. And my sister got that for me for my birthday. But yeah, I still have that.
Who was your favorite NSYNC?
Who's my
You
favorite?
still have that?
I still have. So all of these things, I have them because I have a box of memorabilia. And so when you told me about Flashback Friday, I just opened that box and started.
Oh,
yeah.
That's cool. That's cool. Who was your favorite NSYNC member?
Can you still name them?
No, I cannot.
Joey's hat.
Not even one of them?
Justin Timberlake, you know, but
Yeah, I can't name them either.
I know. I was gonna say Rob Bass, but his name's not Rob Bass. I don't know who he is.
Is this the one where it's Joey Fat one?
Yeah, that's Joey Fatone, Justin Timberlake. Then there's
Lance
Bass, and then JT Chazé or something like that.
Oh, that's right, because he was the judge for the dancing show for a while.
Right, exactly. And then I think his name was Chris something.
Kirkpatrick.
Chris Kirkpatrick, yeah.
Man, y'all are bigger fans than me.
I know.
That was from a rap song where Eminem's dissing on him. On Chris Kirkpatrick, if that's his name.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And
Thank you.
I remember there was an episode of, I think it was on Saturday Night Live where Justin Timberlake, people came from his past, and Chris Kirkpatrick comes out and he's like, I can't think of this one. I'm not sure who this guy is. And
That's so messed up, man. That's so messed
he's
up.
like, I think he's familiar. I just can't think of it. And all the time he's like, we were in the same band together. Yeah, I don't know, man.
Look, Priscilla says, I liked money things like $100 bill folders or erasers.
Right. I still like money things, Priscilla.
Yeah.
I like the dollar bills, y'all.
Dollar bills, y'all. Oh, we went.
Yeah.
What else you got there? Is that
That's
it?
it. That's the last one.
That was the last
Yep.
one.
Well,
Okay.
thank you, B. That was really cool.
Thanks
That
for showing
was
us your
really-
goodies, B.
That was a nice walk down memory lane.
You want to do yours next, Joe?
Yeah,
Since
we
you got
can
a
do mine
video
next.
game.
I have a video game, so we all need to get on our phones,
Oh, did you
and
forget
we
to
need
put
to
that?
go to. Oh, I made a post about it. So
Oh, okay.
Kahoot.it, and then I will put in. Let me find the game.
Mine says I lost last week.
Oh yeah,
Rude.
Yeah,
I know.
play.
It's like my watch when it reminds me I'm fat. It's like, get up and walk, dude. That's what it says every, like, if you're sitting down for more than an hour, I'm like, pinch Bob.
Mine's like breathe. I'm like, what?
He said
I have
Bob.
breathing.
I named my watch Bob.
All right.
You named him Pinky Bob.
What's the code?
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna share my screen real quick. Boom. Boom.
Did you make that music up?
They have
No, they
for the mic.
let me change it to reggae.
Sweet,
Yeah, they have
dude.
different options. You can do funky, you can do disco.
Yeah. So go to Kahoot.it and then you'll enter the pin number 9307790. Let's see. We already have Mr. Pineapples in.
I'm going to win this one, guys. I've got a
Okay.
good feeling tonight.
Let's do it.
No whammy, no whammy, no whammy.
Oh, the assistant is in. It's the producer. Can you yell at the producer, B?
Producer.
Here, we'll mute you. Go ahead. And tell Jet too. That'd be funny.
Jet, can you please play Kahoot?
Yeah, we need people. We need people.
You need to play Kahoot. Let's see if you can beat us.
Yeah, you can't beat us. Oh, there's the
Come on,
producer.
Jet.
The producer's in.
I want to let me go down there.
What is he saying?
He says he doesn't want to. He's
Oh
too
my
busy
goodness.
playing his game.
He's a little loser. Okay, so we'll wait like one more minute here, or 30 more seconds. Dun, 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 dun. Y'all like the music, right? That's good. It feels
I
on
like
time.
I can barely hear it.
It's a
Oh,
little
really?
soft, but it's okay.
Oh,
It's
I
okay.
wonder why.
Probably because y'all have earphones on.
That's probably true. Is that better? Can you hear it more?
Did it turn up? No.
No.
Still the same.
It's okay.
Okay. All right, here we go. We're about to start. So this Kahoot is based on Generation X,
Like X-Men.
like X-Men. So what
Well, I'm
was the
affiliated.
name of this character's sidekick?
Oh shoot.
Oh shoot.
Oh,
Smurfette, Azrael, Brainy Smurf, or Gargamel?
you know the only reason I know this is because Batman. There's a character in Batman who has the same name as this name.
It's okay, Anita. Next time.
Right, the name of the character's sidekick, not the name of the character.
Azrael.
Yeah, the name of the character is Gargamel, and his sidekick's name was Azrael. So
Yeah.
that was from the
Never heard of
Smurfs.
From the Smurfs.
From the
I
Smurfs.
guess I never knew his name was Israel.
Mr. Pineapples
Come on,
shoots out
Israel.
to the lead. The lead character's name in this movie means
Oh,
I've never watched this.
Dragon Rider, long-haired hippie, son of all, or he who will save us.
What movie even is this?
I know.
oh, dang it!
The name of the movie is
Oh man, I feel bad.
The Never-Ending Story.
Atreyu,
The
right?
Atreyu is the lead character, and his name means son of all because he was raised by the village because his parents were killed.
Oh, good one, Joe. That was really good. Did
Well,
anyone get that one?
Well, I hate this.
The assistant,
Well, I could lose.
the assistant got it. Question number 3. Which character is not in this group image?
Raphael.
No.
Character is not.
Duke, Snake Eyes, Leatherneck, or Scarlet?
Got it. Hands up. Hands up.
Hands up.
Just guessing.
And remember, if you were here when David was on the show, we were talking about Sergeant Slaughter being in G.I. Joe, and he was at the end of the show.
Leatherneck is not in this. So right here we have Duke, we have Snake Eyes, and that is Roadblock, Scarlet, and Flint.
Flint,
That's from G.I. Joe.
the real American hero.
Well, I guessed correctly. That's
And G.I. Joe was like one of the first toys, action dolls ever made.
Oh.
Remember, there were those giant G.I. Joe dolls back
Yep,
in the
yep,
day.
exactly. Yeah, they were a foot tall. Yeah.
Yeah.
B,
What's
you
up,
have
B?
one.
Well, the producer was saying it's not in sync, the Kahoot game.
Well, there is a little bit of a delay, but you guys are actually seeing it before we are. So, what? Wait, the producer's here. Hold on.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Okay, hold on. Hold on. We're going to the next question. Here we go. Question number 4.
What
What
was
the name of the dance that Chunk had to perform at the beginning of the movie?
Oh,
It looks like it's in sync to me, producer.
get it? In sync. So the answer was the Truffle Shuffle.
The
He
Truffle
had to do
Shuffle.
the Truffle Shuffle.
Yeah, and at
Before
the
they let him
beginning,
come
yeah,
in.
he had to like lift up his shirt and shake his belly all around to get into the clubhouse. So that was
Yeah.
funny.
And here's some shocking news.
What?
I've never watched that movie either.
You never watched the Goonies?
Golly, Sandy. Sandy.
We grew up under a rock, guys.
Yeah.
We're not
Okay,
cultured.
here we go. Question
Okay.
number 5. What was the name of Battle Cat before
Oh,
he
I know.
transformed?
I know. It was Ginger. No, it wasn't Ginger. I take that back. There's nothing about
Ginger?
him that's Ginger.
Yay!
Nice. Yeah, so it was
Oh,
funny because
She misheard me.
before he transformed, he was this meek little green cat. And they-
Meek.
and they called
He
it
was a
Cringer.
scaredy cat.
He was a scaredy cat, yeah.
He'd be like, no.
Yeah.
And then the lightning would hit him and he'd be like, roar, mugs.
Yep.
I remember, the cartoon, but I don't remember much.
This one, Sandy, is right up your alley. This famous event happened during.
Oh,
Sandy, you better get this right, please.
Is it The Rock?
I can't remember the name. Like what years?
Well,
Is that Andre the Giant?
just
That-
guess. Okay, I'm going with that one.
That happened during WrestleMania 3.
Almost.
And that was a big thing because Andre the Giant had never been body slammed before. And then Hulk Hogan did it
rewind that
during
again?
WrestleMania 3. He was
Show the
actually
picture.
able to lift him up and body slam the Giant.
And you know that he had to go to 3 chiropractors and
Right? Yeah.
I wonder how that felt afterwards.
Man, it was so awesome watching these. It was so crazy because you get so hyped whenever Hulk Hogan was actually.
oh man, he'd come out looking like I don't know what that was,
Yeah. Right.
all oiled up.
Hold on. All right, next one here. What type of image was on the back of Daniel's karate gi in?
I give up what? John says yes.
Sean, what are you saying yes to, Sean?
He just said yes.
A bonsai tree, a praying mantis. It was actually a bonsai tree. So if you watched those, that was what Mr. Miyagi was first working on when Daniel met him. Let's see what's going on.
Oh, heck to the no.
Nice. Pineapples is way up there.
Pineapples knows his stuff.
What? I don't even remember what this topic was.
What was his name before he became RoboCop? Officer Lewis, Officer Jones,
Mike
Officer
Jones.
Murphy, or Officer Ed 209?
Where did
I
you
will
even
tell
get
you.
that name? Okay.
Remember Ed 209 was the robots.
The robots.
Yeah, RoboCop. The producer's right here. She's all freaking out because she's doing good.
That's why you're so distracted.
Yeah,
We were
so his
wondering.
name was Officer Murphy.
Yes.
All right, here we go.
If you haven't checked, he is in. What's that movie?
This is
Wait.
double points. So you guys have to type this in. What phrase did the characters say to have this happen to them?
I don't know.
Oh! Wait, I don't know. I thought I knew what the game is called, but I don't know if that was the correct.
It's so funny. It's so funny when you think about it.
Yeah, it's so funny. Especially since you, gave
I
a...
never we didn't have Nick. We were poor.
I do. That's the default answer for everything.
I don't know. I do not know where the answers were the ones. Yeah, every time that somebody said, I don't know, they would get slimed.
You know, my favorite part of that show was when they were in the lockers and they'd be like, "Hey, Sandy."
Oh, yeah. And
Sandy would
people,
come
yeah,
out too.
exactly.
And then they tell their dad jokes. They weren't
The
called dad
producer,
jokes.
third place.
Woo-hoo!
Oh,
Second
Get it,
Sam,
man.
and first place,
Dun,
Mr.
dun.
Pineapples. He comes away with it.
Look, I don't ever win these, but when I do, I get close to 10,000.
I was gonna say, I think this is the first time you've won.
It is, and I beat you. I beat your high score.
Oh, I wouldn't ask all
I
that.
was keeping up.
I was just keeping track. That's all.
Nice. Yeah, and I was trying to make, because I wanted to make it a little bit harder than, what was the name of this show, that type of stuff. So,
No, that was good, Joe. That was awesome, actually. I like the way you did it this time.
You did good because I got second place. So that's good.
So you actually got an A this time, Joe. You actually tried on this one.
yeah, thanks.
Oh, there you go.
know,
Yeah.
Every now and then I'll put in A work, just every now and then. So,
Right. Don't get used to it.
don't get used to it.
No,
All right,
please,
Mr.
just-
Mr. Pineapples, you have 5 minutes to get your Food Friday in.
All right, let me ask you real quick. You three, because we're not gonna have enough time for everyone's answer. Do you want a dessert or do you want a dinner?
Dessert.
Dinner.
Oh, sorry,
Here,
San.
guess what?
We'll see if we do both, but I'm gonna start with the dinner. So check this out, guys. Boom! There it is.
That's
Beautiful,
dinner?
isn't it? No. This is okay. Listen up. This is just some flour and cocoa powder mixed together. That's all that is.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Okay. There's some ingredients that I'm about to throw together, and you're gonna see what happens when I mess with that. I got some eggs. I got some vanilla in there, and some sour cream, because sour cream goes in cake sometimes.
Yes, it does.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it adds moisture, Worcestershire moisture
It
in
makes it moist.
there. And after you blend it all together, look at that. Doesn't that look good right there on
It
the
does.
left?
That looks yum yum.
Shit,
Really
right?
good.
It looks like the bomb diggity.
Did you? Does that say Lenovo?
It does.
You
So
have a computer?
My job, the Lenovo company, they sent us cookies. Well, after we were done eating the cookies, the thing was just sitting there for weeks, and I was like, I really want that for the flour at my house. So I nabbed it and brought it home.
There you
Booyah.
go.
Thank you. So
Thank
there's
you
the
for
empty.
recycling.
You're welcome. There's what that was a second ago. I made a chocolate cake out of that bad boy that you saw a second ago.
Out of
This-
scratch?
Out of scratch. That chocolate cake is sour cream, eggs, flour, all that stuff in there, right?
And cocoa.
That's
What
good.
is that? Velvet?
There's me messing around with the camera. So there, I just put the cake upside down. No, I cut it. I cut it because I didn't want a round dome on the top of the cake. You'll see why.
Yeah,
in a
and then
little
you
while.
flip it, right?
And then you
No,
reverse
actually,
it.
in reverse.
Smack it up, flip it, reverse it.
Rub it down. All right.
That's
So this
class.
is chocolate ganache after it's been settled at
Ganache.
room temperature for a while. So ganache actually comes in 3 different consistencies, and we'll get to that later. But this is what it does when it gets down to room temperature.
Runny, slimy, and
And
So that's my battery
Dry.
pack on the side. That thing is awesome, guys. If you don't have a super battery power to turn the lights on and charge your phone fast, get one. They're worth it.
oh, I'm
right.
like, what?
So now here is some cream that I got mixing in with some gelatin and whatnot. That's just another
Gelatin.
picture.
don't use flash.
So I'm combining. Thank you. I know. I'm combining. Actually, no, not the gelatin. Sorry, the egg whites. So I created a meringue with the egg whites and mixed that in with the chocolate, and that's a special chocolate, and mixed with gelatin too. And after you put it in there, I put that on top of the chocolate cake. Okay. After I
Nice.
put in the chocolate cake, I put it in the refrigerator overnight. Next day I come up.
See,
get
I
some-
can't do that, man. I want to eat
Dude.
it like now.
Yeah.
Wait till we get there. Guys,
Overnight.
wait till we get there, okay? Listen. So here's my white chocolate chips that I put in a put on a double boiler, and let that get all melted down naturally like that. I'm gonna add some gelatin in there and some special cream, and then I'm gonna throw that on top of that chocolate thing you saw me make earlier.
The ganache.
Ganache? No, that's actually a chocolate. I'll get to that. Actually, I'll get to that.
Okay.
After throwing in the
Oh.
refrigerator
Oh, snap.
overnight again, I've got this bad boy right here, and you can see at the bottom.
Wait,
2 days?
2 nights
Yes.
in the refrigerator?
That would
So-
never have
Hours?
lasted at my house.
I was like, y'all better not touch this. Y'all better not touch this. You better not touch this. Okay.
Whoa.
Some disciplined people.
Who's making
No.
all that noise over there, B?
That is your daughter, the monster child.
Oh my goodness. She's fired.
Right, so you'll see what I got there going on, right? Smoothing it out, making
Yeah,
sure
it's
it's all
so
good.
pretty.
Thank you. So this is ganache when you melt it, and it's right after it's being done melted. You pour this on your cakes, or in this case, on my cakes. Look at that. Doesn't that look just freaking shiny and good looking?
Ooh.
Looks-
Okay, so this is on the 2 layers that you already have. 3
On the
layers.
3 layers. So this is technically my 4th layer.
Oh.
Shut your mouth.
And that's my cake turntable there. I got a turntable for my cake, and
And
I'm
it's
cleaning
taken
it.
3 days?
Yes.
Oh, Lord, help us all.
Oh, wow.
So here we are. I've drizzled white chocolate on top of the ganache after it's hardened up a bit. And then I've added dark chocolate chips and semi-sweet chocolate chips all over the side of this bad boy.
Okay, I mean, I am hella
That's
impressed.
really
That's
good.
awesome.
Those are vanilla chocolate melts on the top that I've done. And then it's hard to see, but you'll see if you look around the circle on the top, that's chocolate ganache in its 3rd form, being able to be piped over the cake. Something must happen. So, okay, there you go. You see it right there at the top of the cake?
Oh, wow, Jamie.
That looks so good.
And then I did it on the bottom of the cake too.
Wow.
And then what are we like on 4 days now?
This is day 3. This is day
Oh
3.
my gosh.
There's the cake box. I'm putting it in. So, guys, I made this cake. I delivered it to some friends who just some friends. I had this thing that I was going to do this year, and I'll pick it up as soon as I can. But I'm baking stuff for people and giving it to them. And there's a whole bunch of story and everything else behind it. So this has a chocolate cake on the bottom, a semi-sweet chocolate mousse on top of that, a white chocolate mousse on top of that, chocolate ganache on top of that, and then drizzled with some vanilla vanilla melts, and then topped with dark chocolate chip, semi-sweet chocolate chips, and then chocolate ganache piped.
Wow.
And there's
Oh, wow.
I delivered it to their house. We cut it open.
That looks so good, Jamie. Wow.
Yes. Wow. Look at
I hate it. Sounds so cliche. I'm not tooting my horn, but I looked at that cake, guys, and I was like, what the heck did I just make?
So this cake reminds me of one that we used to order at Beef O'Brady's called Chocolate Eruption. And it had that mousse with that moist cake. And like my mouth is watering right now.
I know.
Because I miss that cake so bad.
If I was in Lubbock, I would totally make this for you guys. It totally would be made for you guys. I would do it
Jamie,
again.
Challenge here would be to make it GF, DF, and SF. That's my challenge. Ship it to me. I'll pay you for it. Thanks.
I did ask my wife. I was like, how much would you pay for this? She goes, I don't know, like 20, 25 bucks. And I was like, huh, that doesn't seem like enough. I was like, okay. So she looked it up online, and later on the way when I was driving it to my friend's house, she was like, online, how many layers was that again? And I told her, she goes, that's about 60 to 80
yeah,
bucks.
I was going to say, I mean, that's 3 days worth of work. Gosh, that looks delicious, Jamie. That was awesome.
Really
I wish I was your friend.
You are. Oh. Okay, I get it now. So
Jamie, where were your baking skills when you lived in Lubbock?
I made Balana's first cake. What are you talking about? Yes.
Really?
She's
I
like,
made,
there?
it was a volcano and the little gummy bears around it. I don't know if Joe has pictures of it, but ask him. Yeah. It was either her first or her second birthday. I made her birthday cake. It was giant. It was a giant cake.
I don't remember.
Why don't I remember that?
Were we not invited?
Overalls.
We probably weren't invited.
I'll leave that on Joe because that part wasn't me. So that's on Joe and Chris. Okay. Oh, there he is. Welcome back, Joe.
The cake looked awesome.
You saw it? Thank you.
Yeah, I did.
Thanks, Chris. I appreciate that. Thanks, Anita. Yeah, guys, I'm not kidding. I was absolutely amazed when I finished that, and it was in my kitchen, and I just stood there before I called the family in. I just stood there and looked at it. I was like, did I really make this? And I was like, babe, come here, Dr. Pineapple Kids, come here. And they were like, whoa, Dad. They're like, what is that? What did you do? And I was like, I made it.
You're like, I made it, but not for you. And then you put it in the box.
They were pretty. My wife reminded me, she goes, you know you have a family, right? And I was like, I should have made 2. And she was like, and I was like, you're right, I should have.
But I mean,
I didn't eat any of it.
That was like 5 to 10 business days for that cake to be done.
Yeah,
it was legit.
And that was more than 3 ingredients.
Oh my gosh. I wish I had taken a picture or video of the entire thing. You would see it was way, way more than 3 ingredients.
Yeah.
You need to do a time lapse next time. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Jeez. So next time I'll tell you about the second hardest cake I made, but the one that brought me one of the most joy I've ever had in my entire life. But I didn't. Anyway, another time.
Another time.
Yeah.
We got to get to the after show.
Oh, that's right. All right. Well, guys, we love you. We appreciate you coming here, and I hope that you had a good time with us.
Yes. Thanks, everybody, for coming on.
Thank you. And thanks for Letter B joining us for her last broadcast.
Letter B.
From Texas, anyway.
From Texas.
Next will be Miami.
Oh, yeah.
From Miami.
Ah, there you go.
That'll be cool.
So, all right. So, everyone, we hope you have a great weekend. Please let us know what you're doing this weekend, and we'll catch up with you on Monday, okay?
Have a great weekend.
And as
Remember to
usual,
wash your hands.
for at least 20 seconds.
You filthy animals.
Good night, everyone.
Good night,
Good night.
everybody.
Bye, everybody. Have a good night.
We'll
Now
see
on
you
to the,
in the after show.
in the after show. I hope they know how to get there because
Yeah.
I,
didn't really-
I hope I know how to get there.
Well, we posted it in the
kind
group.
of were like,
Is there
So,
still
we're
$5 cover fee?
you know what?
Yes,
We're
my
gonna-
Venmo
well-
is.
You're like under 21, aren't you?
We're
Or
gonna-
something like that.
We're gonna
do
have to help
stamps and check
B
IDs.
get in there though, for real.
Yep.